Hi, my name is Yvonne and welcome to the RV Cooking Show, a place where I can share with you my passion for RVing and my love for recreating regional food specialties from all across the country right here in my RV kitchen. Today I'm going to take you to the beautiful Black Hills of South Dakota, and I'm going to show you how to make a unique dish. It's called Trailblazer Chicken. Before we talk about the Black Hills, let's get our Trailblazer chicken ready, as it has to cook in the oven for just a little while. I got this recipe when I attended a Trail Manor rally in the South Dakota Black Hills area several years ago, hence its name, Trailblazer Chicken. The ingredients are what makes this so different, and don't wrinkle your nose. When you taste it, it'll be delicious, so have some faith. Here's what we put in our Trailblazer chicken. We're going to put about half a bottle or a small bottle of French salad dressing, half a can or a small can of whole berry cranberry sauce, I've got that right here, one package of Lipton dry onion soup mix. We're going to mix that all together to make a sauce, and then we're going to put in some cut up chicken pieces. Once we have everything mixed together, we'll put it in the oven. We'll bake it at 350 for about 25 to 35 minutes. Now let me tell you a trick I use when I buy chicken at the grocery store. I like to buy boneless, skinless chicken breasts, and purchasing them in the family size packages are certainly the most economical way to go. So what I do is when I get my chicken breast home, I open up the package and I clean each and every chicken breast, removing all of the fat and anything that isn't edible. I get freezer bags, just single size freezer bags, and I make meal size portions in each freezer bag. But I go a step further. I'll take a couple freezer bags and put one or two whole breasts in a freezer bag. I'll take other breasts of chicken and I'll cut up into medallions to be used in something like a chicken marsala. I'll take another chicken breast or two and I'll cut them up into these small pieces. So what happens is the chicken is all cut, cleaned, washed, and ready to use in our freezer in meal-size portions. Let's create this dish and get it ready to bake. It's simple. Here we go. What we're going to do is use half a can of whole berry cranberry sauce, or you can use a small can if you can find it. We're going to use a fork. It's at room temperature, and we're just going to kind of smush it up just like this, nice and loose. Next, we're going to add our dry Lipton onion soup mix. Our last ingredient is the Catalina or the French salad dressing. About half of a 16-ounce bottle, or 8 ounces if you can find a small bottle. Right in like this. We're going to stir to combine all the ingredients. The last step is we're going to add our chicken breast. Again, the chicken breast is cut up just in pieces. As you can see the size, these are nice, almost bite-sized pieces. Our chicken goes directly into the sauce. I'm going to spread the chicken out into a single layer on the bottom of the pan, every piece of chicken covered and immersed in the sauce. And what I'm going to do is I've got a lid for my pan. I'm going to put the lid directly on the top. Now, one thing that I'll tell you about this dish is as it cooks in the oven, the sauce is going to get hot and meld together. It's going to be just great, but it's going to bubble over. So I always make sure to put my dish on a baking sheet or a cookie pan covered with aluminum foil. This way, anything that runs off won't spoil my oven floor, and I can easily just wrap up the foil and throw it in the garbage when I'm finished. So let's get it in the oven. We'll talk about the Black Hills. The South Dakota Black Hills are absolutely beautiful. And the story goes that way back when, the Native Americans looked on these beautiful granite rock hills and saw the trees which appeared black in the distance, hence the name, the Black Hills. Now, in the Black Hills, the very northern part of it, you can visit Deadwood and the western town of Lead. Deadwood is where Wild Bill Hickok and Calamity Jane walked the wooden sidewalks. You can almost feel their presence there today. It's also the place where Wild Bill Hickok was murdered, shot in the back while he was playing cards. A little further south is the heart of the Black Hills attractions, and there's 3 little towns to visit. There's Hill City, which is the artsy of the 3. There's Custer, named after General George Armstrong Custer. That's a little western town. And of course Keystone, which is the home to the Mount Rushmore National Memorial. Mount Rushmore is breathtaking, and if you haven't been, I highly recommend it. Make sure you head to the sculptor's studio and take in a talk by one of the rangers about how they carved the figures on the mountain. Actually, most of it was done with dynamite. And take the half-a-mile presidential trail where you can get some different up-close and personal views of the carvings. In fact, believe it or not, most of the mouths of the presidents are 18 feet wide. That's almost as long as my little camper. It's hard to believe. There's also Custer State Park. It's 71,000 acres, and it's got lots of diversity, lots of things to see and do. The jewel of the park is Sylvan Lake. Make sure you stop at Sylvan Lake. You'll be awed at the very beautiful rock outcroppings. There's lots of bison that roam the park, so don't be surprised as you're driving down a road, there's plenty of cars stopped, and you see a herd of bison. There's a wildlife loop road that you can drive through the park. Be sure to stop at the Peter Norbeck Visitors Center, where you can pick up your virtual geocaching adventure sheet. Inside they have all sorts of GPS coordinates that send you to the highlights of all the things there are to see in the park. You don't want to miss the Peter Norbeck Scenic Byways either. That's the Needles Highway and Iron Mountain Road. These are small, narrow, scenic, slow roads where you will go over pigtail bridges and through small granite tunnels. Now don't bring your RVs because these tunnels are small. In fact, one is 9 feet wide by 12 feet high. But do bring your car, your pickup truck. It's something you certainly do not want to miss. If pedal power is more your style, consider riding a portion of the 109-mile George S. Mickelson Rails to Trails Trail. I'll tell you, my favorite section is the Hill City section, where you get a phenomenal view of the Crazy Horse Memorial. On the southern end of the park are 2 caves. There's Jewel Cave National Monument and Wind Cave National Park. They have spectacular cave tours, but they fill up fast, so make sure that you have reservations. You don't want to miss a single thing in the Black Hills, so plan to stay at least a few days and get ready for some wonderful scenery and some good times. Now we're going to check out our Trailblazer chicken. I think we're almost ready to eat. But before we do that, I'd like to thank one of our generous sponsors. That's Best Parks in America. Their parks exceed expectations every time, every location. Do you have a favorite place to camp in the Black Hills of South Dakota or anywhere else that you love to go? They'd sure like to hear about it. Log on to their website at bestparksinamerica.com and drop them a line telling them what your favorite park is. Who knows? It might become a Best Parks in America. It's been about 30 minutes. Let's take the chicken out of the oven and have a look. I think it's ready. We've got chicken breast cut up into small pieces, and they're baked in a sauce of French dressing, Lipton onion soup mix, and whole berry cranberry sauce. I'm serving it with some white rice, and when I make a rice, I like to use a broth, a chicken broth or a vegetable broth. It just adds more flavor. And I've also got a nice baby green organic salad dressed with an Italian vinaigrette. This is going to be absolutely delicious. Thank you for coming over and visiting with us today. We are so glad to see you. You can find this recipe for Trailblazer chicken or any recipe you've seen us prepare on the RV Cooking Show, or talking about any destination you've seen us visit on our website at rvcookingshow.com. Again, we're so glad to have you here, and we can't wait until next time. We'll see you right here again on the RV Cooking Show.